everything looks like fancy, in this coffee industry. And you compare yourself to those, like all those like great baristas, or you want to in the cafe or stuff like that. But in that case, like, you just forget, like, why do I jump into this coffee journey? And then you get lost, So I think it's very easy to let it happen in Dubai, especially.
If you're starting or growing your business in these volatile times in coffee and you need a little extra support, our scope of business advisory services may be just what you need. Join one of our hugely successful mastermind groups for support in a group setting, or send us an email to discuss our one-on-one consulting and business advisory services, where we'll work with you one-on-one to solve specific problems in your coffee business. All our services come with a 100% money-back guarantee, so send us an email at support@mapperforward.org and let us know how we can help you today. Welcome to the Mapper Forward Middle East podcast, friends. I'm your host, Lee Safar, and this is episode 2 of a really fun series with Purity On and Ron. That should be a song, from Raw Coffee, from Raw Coffee in Dubai, in the UAE. We are talking about how a coffee career in the Middle East changed these folks' lives. And in this episode, we're going to talk about what it's like being a coffee professional in the Middle East. So if I understand it correctly from our last episode, guys, none of you did coffee before you did it here in the Middle East.
Yes.
Really, really interesting. So tell me what it's like. What's the environment like? Because here's the interesting thing. Other than Purity, I think both On and Ron, I'm not going to do that again, but both On and Ron, you guys have only worked at Raw. Purity, you've worked other places too, right?
Just one more.
Just one other place. Yeah. You went there and came back, right? We won't mention who it is. It's not necessary. But I feel like it's great to go and try something else, to know that this is the right place that you want to be, right? Mm-hmm. So tell me what it's like being a coffee professional in the Middle East. Is it what you expected, guys?
Start.
Yeah, Ron, you start.
So from outside, I think right now, currently, the coffee, it looks very fancy. Really, the gadgets, how it looks. Yeah. So it's automatically, you are attracted with it. So right now, the really exciting things, I think it's the innovations in coffee tools. You can see every day you'll see different machines launching with different qualities in it. How to make good coffee. Lots of competitions. It looks really good from outside if you see coffee culture right now. So yeah, working here in as a coffee professional in UAE, I think how fast we are growing right now is really exciting. Every day you will learn something new. You are up to the trends, actually. Like what's happening, it happens here at first. You see, you can try every coffee from the world. Different coffees, you'll meet lots of different peoples. The connection you'll have with the different peoples. That's the most exciting part of coffee community there in UAE. Yeah.
Right. And when you say it happens here first, do you mean for this region, or do you think it's happening like that across the world? So it happens in Dubai before it happens everywhere else in the world?
It's not like you'll get to know like at the beginning phase, like whatever new comes anywhere in the world, you'll get to try that here also. Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, it's very quick. It's very quick, yeah.
So maybe like in Nepal, it takes some time for it to get to Nepal.
Yeah.
But if it's happening in Australia or it's happening in Japan,
Yeah.
it's going to happen very quickly soon after that in Dubai.
Oh yeah, sure. So,
Right.
and then you have a culture like different. We have in Middle East we have gawa, right? That culture is there. We have culture of having Turkish here, Turkish coffee. We have a culture here,
Right.
so we have everything. Spanish latte. So we have flat white. So the culture we have is very diverse.
Right.
So it's like meeting the whole world at the same place.
Right.
Uh,
And we're going to talk about that in the next episode. We're going to talk about how multicultural it is, because this is, like you say, Ron, it's a melting pot
oh yeah.
for which is very exciting. But we'll talk about that at length in the next episode. What about you, On? Because your job is capturing
Yeah.
experiences. Your job is to show people what's going on at Raw. And for me, as somebody who came from the Australian coffee industry and the American coffee industry, Raw is the most similar to those coffee cultures than Raw and Kurasu. Even though Kurasu is Japanese,
Oh yeah. Yeah. I got it.
right?
Yeah.
If you haven't been to Kurasu, go to Kurasu.
All right.
The two, Kurasu and Raw, are the two places that I go to drink coffee in Dubai. Why? Because the coffee is excellent and the experience is excellent. And they're experiences that I can count on, right? So you're somebody On who is responsible for capturing that and communicating that storytelling to an audience. So as the person who's responsible for that, how do you tell that story of what it's like to be in the coffee industry to everyone, basically, whether it's the consumer or whether it's other people in the industry? Because I suspect, if I'm right, your storytelling is also about attracting talent into Raw. Is that correct?
Yeah. We're showcasing people's talent from every department. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not only barista, but also different like logistic, roastery, and even like housekeeping or all those like people. Yeah. That's my to tell their story, to inspire. Yeah.
And what's it like for you as a coffee professional here? Like, because you do the coffee, but you do the storytelling.
Yeah.
What's that experience like for you?
Yeah. So it's kind of wild, thing. Yeah. Because now that I'm like working as this visual storyteller full time, but last year I was working as a hybrid.
Okay.
Which is like I work as a barista for 3 days and 2 days in the office working as a,
on content.
Yes. But I try to keep it balanced because both of them are my, let's say, passion, even though it's kind of like exhausting or wherever, but I love them, It's like I love what I'm doing. So, yeah. And talking about the coffee scene from this marketing perspective, I would say, for me and as Raw, I just want to say that we don't want to chase the trends. Yeah.
Well said.
Yeah. So, like before I took this job as a full time, I told Kim that when you jump on the Instagram, you can see like nice reels showcasing the drinks and food editings and the sounds and all the stuff, which is like short attention span. Maybe go like trending, right? But it won't last. It won't last. That's what I believe. Maybe it might last like only 3 days. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the core thing that I told Kim, that like I want to do something timeless. Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
I love that, because I feel like we're in an era where chasing the trend People are chasing the trends so that they can get famous and they can get popular and they can get people's attention.
Yeah.
There are a few businesses, like the two that I mentioned before, Raw and Kurasu, that are building for the long game. And so they're not chasing trends. And they are demonstrating that they can be there for the long term.
Yeah.
And I just find it fascinating that you guys have had such long careers so far and stayed with the same company. Which brings me to you, Purity, because for a minute you weren't at Raw, you went and explored other options, which I think is healthy, right? I think that that's very healthy for a lot of reasons. And when I think about what it must be like for you as a coffee professional, having come from Kenya, what is it like when you look at your professional life? What is it? How do you see your professional life in the coffee industry as somebody who wasn't intending on doing it?
Thank you.
Ask me that again.
So you are forging a career in coffee, right? This is not just a job.
Mm-hmm.
This is something where you are a professional at something that you didn't intend on being a professional in a country that you didn't think you would stay this long in.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're building a life and a family and a career and all of these things.
Mm-hmm.
What, like, compared to where you thought you would be, compared to how you thought that would end up for you,
Mm-hmm.
as a coffee professional here in the UAE,
Mm-hmm.
how do you see your career? How do you see where it's going to go? How do you see what it's like right now and what the opportunities are as you move into your new role?
Okay. So initially, because I didn't want to stay in Dubai for longer, because the goal was get capital, and back home you have a lot of flexibility with time, and you're not restricted to 9 to 5. You can have a 9 to 5 and run a business at the same time, which is a little bit hard on this part of the world, because if you're to run a business and be employed at the same time, it can be a challenge. Yeah. But the most rewarding part about being a coffee professional, I feel, is the fact that if you take time to build a skill, if you take time to keep evolving and learning, then you can actually get what you wanted to get by moving back. So moving into this new role, I would say, if I keep upskilling, if I keep learning new stuff, then I actually can do what I dreamt of doing, but still staying in this part of the world and still staying in this career path.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Is the coffee industry what you guys thought it would be?
I think it can be very subjective. I don't think it is one fits all, because as an industry, we all are employed with very different individuals. So for some people, I feel like they might not have what we are lucky enough to have, like a place where you learn, a place where you earn. Some people are not paid well. Some people are working longer hours. So it is not a one size fits all. For us, we can talk about the positive side of being a coffee professional, but I feel like maybe it's not everyone's story.
What about you guys? On and Ron, you guys could, you need a t-shirt, just saying. You should say he's on and he's Ron.
So now that I can share some experience as a barista. Yeah. So working here as a barista is it's quite a hassle as well, Yeah, you're put into a place where you meet people who are so ambitious and passionate about it. Of course, you get to learn from them. and you will get exposed to great coffees, great cafes, or whatever. But together with that, I think it comes pressure, and you can easily get caught into that hustle that even you forgot why you started this career.
Can you say more about that? That's very interesting to me. What do you mean by that?
Like Ron mentioned before, everything looks like fancy, in this coffee industry. And you compare yourself to those, like all those like great baristas, or you want to in the cafe or stuff like that. But in that case, like you just forgot, like why do I jump into this coffee journey? And then you get lost, So I think it's very easy to let it happen in Dubai, especially. Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah. So
it's not as it seems, right? Like people need to understand.
Yes.
I hear from a lot of baristas in like Pakistan.
Yeah.
I have a client in Pakistan, and we talk a little bit about how baristas in Pakistan look at baristas in Dubai.
Yeah.
And they all want to leave their life. They want to come to Dubai. They want to live the life in Dubai, and then they want to go home, and then they want to claim these really high salaries and things like that. And they see themselves different after they've been a coffee professional in Dubai. And they go back to the country that they've come from, and they see themselves as different. But then when you talk with those baristas about the reality of what it is for a barista to start a career in Dubai, you come to realize this is not an easy life. This is the bling bling that people see is not the bling bling that's there as a reality, right? And this causes a lot of tension in our industry. And there's a lot of, it creates this weird kind of tension, I think, in our industry. Do you guys agree? Is that what you guys see here locally?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Any thoughts on it? Ron, I can go ahead on.
Yeah. I was thinking.
I think
I could see your eyes thinking.
say like how can I say? It's not only coffee industry; it's everywhere. In other industries as well. Yeah. So, but the most important thing is like just stay true to yourself. But it's very hard here to keep yourself grounded and to stay on your compass rather than chase other pace. Yeah.
Right.
And I think it can relate to all the industry here in Dubai. Yeah.
Right. There's a lot of traps here, like a lot of people are opening businesses in the coffee industry, and finding the right kind of person to work for is
It's a shot.
It's a challenge. Say again?
It's a shot in the dark.
Yeah, because businesses don't last as long here as they do in most other countries outside of the Middle East, I guess, which is why a company like Raw is so exceptional in the fact that they've been around for 18 years and still not only thriving but growing. So, all right, guys, in the next episode, we're going to talk about the multiculturalism of the coffee industry here. And so join us for that. Peace, love, and peanut butter. Have an amazing rest of your day. This episode is part of a 5-part series produced by Mapper Forward. Check the full playlist and guest details in the show notes, as well as how you can support our work in the coffee industry. Become a premium YouTube subscriber, explore our Patreon and any brands we've partnered with to bring you this podcast. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help us grow our audience.